4 suspects to face murder charges for downing of MH17. No increase in cement prices. Good afternoon, welcome to News on 2. I'm Jessica Lee. Dutch prosecutors are set to charge 4 people with murder over the shooting down of flight MH17 over Ukraine, with a trial due early next year. They also said that Russia has not cooperated with the inquiry and is not expected to surrender the defendants. The suspects consist of 3 Russians and a Ukrainian. The Dutch-led international team tasked with assigning criminal responsibility for the plane's destruction named the 4 suspects as Russians Sergei Dubinsky, Oleg Putalov and Igor Gerkin, as well as Ukrainian Leonid Karchenko. It is also believed that international arrest warrants for the 4 had been issued. Dutch Chief Prosecutor Fred Westerbeek said they suspected the 4 individuals of close cooperation to get the missile launcher with the aim to shoot down an airplane. He, however, noted that the suspects are likely to be tried in absentia in the Netherlands, as neither Russia nor Ukraine extradites the nationals. Flight MH17 was shot down over eastern Ukraine in 2014, killing 298 people. Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Dr Sri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail says industry players have agreed to not increase the price of cement. He said a decision was reached following a meeting with the industry players on Tuesday.
Kemudian kita terangkan pada mereka, simen adalah bahan utama dalam industri pembinaan khususnya perumahan. Kerajaan baharu ini meletakkan sasaran nak bina 1 juta rumah mampu milik, affordable houses. Tiba-tiba bahan utama buat rumah ni naiknya mendadak. Itu akan bagi kesan.
The minister also noted during the meeting, industry players were also reminded to duly discuss with the ministry if they intended to increase the price of cement, since its price is controlled by the government. Cement is a controlled item, and action under the Control of Supplies Act could be taken against industry players found to increase the price without the government's approval. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng says first-time house buyers and small and medium enterprises, SMEs, should be given greater access to financing assistance to drive economic growth. He said this is because the financial health of Malaysian households is slowly recovering, with household debt to gross domestic product ratio falling to 83% in 2018 from 83.8% in 2017. In a statement release, Guan Eng also requested banks not to categorize business borrowers who are not facing loan defaults but wish to improve their cash flow by restructuring and rescheduling loans as non-performing loans. He said, given the positive development, banks should provide greater access to financing to first-time home buyers as well as to small and medium enterprises or SMEs in order to grease economic growth. The minister also said Putrajaya has also provided financial assistance to lower-income households to help them deal with any financial surprises. This included improved cash transfer program Bantuan Sara Hidup BSH, the introduction of the free public health insurance scheme MySalam, and stabilizing RON 95 petrol and diesel retail prices. In terms of economic growth, the finance minister noted the increased spending of Malaysian households shows that the economy continues to grow. Communications and Multimedia Minister Gobind Singh Deo has asked Telecom Malaysia or TM to submit a report on resolving the Streamix service issues within a month. In a statement released, Gobind said he believed that TM's new management, led by its Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer Datuk Nur Kamarul Anwar Nuruddin, could find solutions to the problems. According to Gobind, several discussions were held with TM regarding Streamix's problems and some proposed solutions have already been submitted. He said a final decision has to be made in this matter and TM should make an announcement about it in the near future, as well as announce the strategies and measures to be taken to resolve this problem. Gobind also said as of last year, the total number of original customers using the Streamix service was estimated at 1.27 million people. Of the total, he said some 340,000 people were in high-speed unified fibre coverage areas, and to date, about 266,000 of them had subscribed to the service. Gobind said the rapid development in technology that was generated through internet services required a special focus on the development of high-speed, affordable and quality high-speed broadband infrastructure that was the foundation of the current Industrial Revolution 4.0. Education Minister Dr Muslim Malik says university rankings are not the be-all and end-all for universities. He said rankings should not be the sole focus of universities in pursuing excellence. Elaborating further, Dr. Muslim said priority should be given to substantial elements that will give a high impact on education and the culture of academic excellence, as well as contribute to Malaysia's higher education's ecosystem. He also said the ministry wants Malaysian universities to produce academics and students based on integrity and social responsibility. They should also act as the brains of society and work towards creating research that benefits society. He added that a university's rankings will naturally go up if they focus on being a university for society. Although the Education Minister stressed that rankings are not the most important element in determining a varsity's success, they are crucial for attracting international students. Coming up, police detained 5 seized drugs worth 2.6 million ringgit. Deputy Inspector General of Police Dr Muslim Malik says police are still waiting for the findings of investigations to determine whether the sex videos implicating a federal minister are authentic or not. Now, he said no time frame had been set for police to wrap up the investigations, as it would be a comprehensive probe.
I cannot give you any deadline. So investigation, there's no time bar for us. Okay? Let us be, orang kata ni, siasatan yang sempurna.
The Deputy IGP added that no further arrests have been made in connection with the case. Last Friday, June 14, PKR member Haziq Abdullah Abdul Aziz was arrested at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport in connection with the sex video scandal. Haziq had admitted to being in the videos and alleged that Economic Affairs Minister Datuk Sri Muhammad Azmin Ali was also featured in the clips. Datuk Sri Azmin, who is also PKR Deputy President, has strongly denied the allegation, saying it was made to tarnish his reputation and destroy his political career. The Kuala Lumpur High Court heard that SRC International Sdn Bhd was unable to repay its outstanding 4 billion ringgit loan to the Retirement Fund Incorporated, KWAP, beginning March 2015 because its overseas bank account in Switzerland had been frozen. Now, Afida Azwa Abdul Aziz, who is the Strategic Investment Department Deputy Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, MOF, testified that SRC International had been making regular interest payments to KWAP but stopped around March 2015. Afida Azwa says several letters instructing the company to explain its financial status and its account in Switzerland were subsequently sent, but no information or documents were given in return. She explained that under SRC International's agreement with KWAP, the government, as the loan guarantor, must settle the full loan amount of 4 billion ringgit and any outstanding interests to KWAP within 30 days after EOD is declared. Earlier, she testified that SRC International's outstanding debt to KWAP stood at 4.15 billion ringgit as of May 2019, which the federal government has to pay in full. The loan repayment period will last until 2022, 10 years from the date it was given out based on a loan agreement between KWAP and SRC International. Afida Azwa is the prosecution's 41st witness. Police nabbed 5 men who were believed to be members of a drugs distribution syndicate and seized more than 55 kilograms of various types of drugs worth 2.6 million ringgit in 5 raids around the federal capital and Johor. Now, Bukit Aman Narcotics CID or NCID Chief Dr Muslim Malik said the joint operation with the Kuala Lumpur and Johor NCID started at 4 p.m. on Tuesday and ended at 3 a.m. on Wednesday. Commenting further, Datuk Muslim said police nabbed 3 men aged 32 to 42 years and seized 50 tea packets containing drugs weighing 51.3 kilograms, believed to be shabu, in the first raid on the Desa Pandan parking lot in Kuala Lumpur. One of them was tested positive for drugs. Police also found 3 opaque plastic packets containing drugs, also believed to be shabu, and 4 opaque plastic packets suspected to contain ketamine when conducting a check on a house at the same place. Subsequently, he said police conducted raids in Skudai, Senai and Tulang Laut, Johor, and detained 2 men aged 31 and 43 years and seized 3.7 kilograms of drugs suspected to be heroin and almost 2,000 ecstasy pills. Police also seized 6 luxury cars, Rolex wristwatch, jewelleries, and 2,810 ringgit in cash. He said that 4 of the 5 detained men had criminal records involving drug distribution and robbery. They were all remanded 7 days until 25th of June for further investigations, and the case was being investigated under Section 39B of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952, which provided a mandatory death sentence if found guilty. And that concludes this afternoon's edition of News on 2. In our top story, 4 suspects to face murder charges for downing of MH17. Join us again at 7 p.m. for more updates on the latest happenings around the world. Thank you. I'm Jessica Lee. Stay tuned to TV2.